Rockatha. That brother in there.
All right, Shalawam. First and foremost, I'm going to start by giving him the honor and praise to YAHAWAH, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Microchip. Double honors to the elders and apostles of great Millstone who rule each world, peace and blessings to the open faithful elect across the four corners, living in peace and truth to the best of their building. Here, Shalawam. Shalawam. As you see the title of the video, and hopefully this is it. That's the mindset that every possible Lord willing elect man should be in. That's the mindset that we're going to this Passover. Hopefully this is it. Hopefully this is the last time we gotta do this Passover to make a mission for us. Hopefully this is the last year you gotta be in Babylon. Right? The book of Zechariah, chapter 9, verse 11. As for thee also, by the blood of thy covenant, I have sent forth thy prisoners out of the pit wherein is no water. Right? The blood of the covenant that we're under right now, we're being taken out of that pit. Right? First, delivered out of slavery mentally, spiritually. You got to come out of this place right now. Right? But we're going to be delivered out here physically. Okay, you read verse 12. Turn you to the stronghold, ye prisoners of hope. Right? So you got to turn to the stronghold. You got to turn to the Lord. Right? Because we're prisoners of hope. We're bound by hope, man. This is all we got. Right? We're putting all our eggs into this one basket. Like that parable says, the kingdom of heaven is like to where that man he stole everything he had for that 1 billion pearl. Right? That's why we say, hopefully this is it. You read? Turn you to the stronghold, ye prisoners of hope. Even today do I declare that I will render double unto thee. Right? That's talking about double the blessing, but first double the judgment has to come. The judgment's going to start with us. Right? That's what the whole Passover thing is about. Is that judgment passes over us. Right? So we don't have to be a partaker of these plagues that we are about to get in the near future. Right? So you don't have to be out here asked out without food. Right? Enduring through the famine, enduring through cannibalism. Right? Enduring through try to attempt on your life, man. It's all about the happen. Right? This very well could be the last Passover. I'm right beside it is. Right.
Romans 8, verse 22. For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now.
Right. Who's the Lord creation? That's talking about his elect. Right. We all groan and travail. Of course, the whole world is travailing, but that's due to the elect not being empowered, man. Right. And through us, everything's going to trickle back in the order. Through Yahawashi, been through us. You read?
Verse 23. And not only they, but ourselves also. Which have the first fruits of the Spirit. Even we ourselves groan within ourselves, waiting for the adoption, to wit, the redemption of our body.
Right? Even we ourselves groan within ourselves. We're waiting for this moment, man. That's our whole mindset. How long shall this endure? Hopefully this is it, man. Hopefully we don't gotta be slaves anymore. This shit is exhausting, man. Right? It's tiring. It's a burden on your soul. You read?
Verse 24. For we are saved by hope, but hope that is seen is not hope. For what a man seeth, why doth he yet hope for it?
Right? That's why the Lord has you practice these high holy days. That's why he has you see these 144s everywhere. Right? Because hope that is seen is not hope, man. Right? He can't just give it to you. He can't just deliver you in the instant. You got to prove your faith. Right? That's the only way it's going to be worth you get passed over to your faith. Right? We exercise these holy days off of our faith, man.
Verse 25. But if we hope for that we see not, then do we with patience wait for it.
Right? But do we with patience wait for it, man? Even if this ain't the last Passover, you still gotta wait till the next. Right? The game ain't changing. You still a slave. Right? You still gotta go to work. You gotta wake up in the morning in slavery. You gotta do this in slavery. You gotta eat in slavery, sleep in slavery, have sex in slavery, man. It's gonna be like that until the kingdom comes, man. Right? You don't have to go over Passover after Passover. Hope the Lord have mercy on you. It's the Rock chapter 5 verse 7.
It make no carriage to turn to the Lord. You put not off from day to day, but suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of it. Right? So you think you're safe, you know, putting off from day to day, come into this ministry, man. And then calling, man, gotta already jump on it. So, but the day of the Lord's wrath becomes like that. Like a thief in the night. Okay? Just this morning he had a big fucking earthquake happen over there in Japan or in China somewhere. Okay, it's that quick. More than damn Passover, man. All right, that's all I had. Chariots return to the Lord. That's what set on your knees. Or to say the Most High is going to find those men that are settled on their knees and destroy them.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 1, verse 12. And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their leads, that say in their heart, the Lord will not do good, neither will he do evil.
What's the Passover? The Yahawashi, that death angel passed over us. We're hoping we get passed over. Hey, Amaratazah, this is the last Passover, and we got to wait for another Passover. We hope that with this one, when Yahweh by Hashem Yahawashi by with those candles, we get passed over, and he doesn't find us as those men settled on our leaves.
We want to be inside of that spiritual ark. Everything outside of the ark is destroyed. Just like when the flood happened, everything outside of that ark, it was never heard from again, man. That second nuclear fire is going to be the same way, man. So Lord willing, pertaining to the book of Exodus chapter 12, we want that blood on our doorpost, that spiritual blood. That's what we're striving to labor for every day. People are grinding towards your satisfaction, your own carnal need. We're grinding towards ushering Yahawashi. The closer we get, that's why the video is entitled Hopefully This Is It. Because that is the hope and the patience of the saints.
Back up 437, back up the title of this lesson. We hope this is it. We're making no tearing to turn to the Lord. We're hastening forward. As Yahawashi told his disciples in Luke chapter 10, many kings and prophets and great men have desired to see and hear the days that ye see, but have not seen or hear them. We know that we're in the end. And we know that we got to endure to be of that elect number to be saved. But regardless of whether this final Passover next year, hey, it's a blessing to know that we're living in the last seconds of these last days. We're here. We're not 2,000 years ago still under Roman captivity. We're in the iron toes and clay. The iron toes mixed with miry clay. We're in the last leg of the statue before Yahawashi comes. We can see the finish line coming. So we can see it coming. We just got to keep pushing and hope we make it. But this is Acts chapter 2. I'm going to start at verse 4. This is the spirit you should be in, like our forefathers in the past. And being assembled together with them. Wait, verse 6. When they therefore were come together, they asked him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore the kingdom of Israel? Thousands of years ago, they were ready to get it going. They were ready to see the kingdom of heaven. Because just like us, they were under Edomite persecution, and we're under the reincarnated Roman persecution. Seeing our people constantly go through hell, seeing them about to move in on us. Verse 7. And he said unto them, it is not for you to know the time or the season which the Father hath put in his own power. So again, we hope that this is the last one. But as Brother Narasha brought out, if it's not the Passover, we know what the deal is. We got to keep going until the next Passover. And Amaratazah, if it's not this one, it's that one. But still, regardless, we're hastening the day. We're diligently tarrying for the day Yahweh by Hashem Yahawashi for our salvation. But with this next verse, it goes to show how close we actually are. Verse 8, but ye shall receive power. After that, the Holy Ghost has come upon you. And we have received power. We've woken up back to our heritage. And we're out here doing this great work, preaching the words of Yahweh by Hashem Yahawashi, and waking up and filling the rest of the elect, which is going to hasten the end of this place. And ye shall be witnesses unto me both in Jerusalem and in all Judea and in Samaria. Here's the main point. And unto the uttermost part of the earth. That's where we're at right now. This is the future prophecy that we're living through right now. We're witnesses to Yahweh by Hashem Yahawashi in the uttermost parts of the earth. And what does it say in Matthew 24, verse 14? And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. And we can see that this word is being preached from one end of the earth to the other. So what comes next? The end. And again, Abarakazat, this is the final Passover, and the end is right around the corner, which we know it is. A witness unto all nations.
Seeing then that all these things should be resolved, what manner of persons are to be all holy conversation, and not looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day, Yahawashi now God. Knowing that all these things are to be resolved, right? The ways of this world, the minds of the people, all these businesses, streets, schools, everything that our people have some type of hope in. But when Jacob's double resolved, their hope is going to be deferred because they're going to see everything that I've believed in my whole life, all my dreams, just being shattered right in front of me. But we're going to have that livelihood. You know, we have a better kingdom, way better than this. We look forward to it more and more every day. Second Peter 3, verse 11. Seeing then that all these things shall be resolved, what manner of persons ought you to be in all holy conversation, without looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day.
Yeah, how do you look? Say, looking for. How do you look? Look by observing the time, by watching the process, man. But you brought out about Dr. P. the four winds of the earth. If you're not in tune with what's going on, that'll just go right over the top of your fucking head, man. Okay? You got brothers out there in the Philippines, okay? We can't understand what they're actually saying. We're going to stay in the Lashwan Dash. They go into what? Saying the Most High's name and his father and his son's name, man. You understand that? That pure language, that pure tongue.
You got that. One language, serving one.
Right.
That's not serving God. You don't even know what you're saying outside of that. So they're glorifying heaven, Father, and Son. I appreciate the bag on y'all. Whoever was bringing it out, going to what y'all saying, man. The second, there's one in 14. It says everything y'all brother just said from Raya to the brother Amawat to the brother around. This second there's 1 and 1, 1 and 14. It says I gave you light in a pillar of fire, and great wonders have I done among you. Yet have ye forgotten me, saith the Lord. And that's going back into what the brother was saying about how we all, you know, we hope for, you know, a change and shit. When we say a change, that means for this place to be destroyed and the kingdom of heaven to be restored upon the earth or whatever like that. But we also have to reiterate that we are in these conditions, right? Because we went against the Lord, because we sinned against our power, because we sinned against our kingdom, our authorship that the Lord had over what? Over us. So the whole point of this captivity is to win our place back, is to get that favor back that we once had. That's the name of the game at the end of the day, right? So it says, verse 15, thus saith the Almighty Lord, the quails were as a token to you. I gave tents for your safeguard. Nevertheless, ye murmured them and triumphed, not in my name for the destruction of your enemies, but ever to this day do ye yet murmur. And when you look at 2022, none of you people outside of the men of the Lord, man, are out here calling on the Lord's name, let alone even know who you are. So those of you brothers that's getting in tune into this, that's coming out of darkness, that's trying to come into light, man, you better stay in tune. You know what I mean? Because this time around, this was the last resort before the Lord destroyed us, man. Okay, he put these curses on us pertaining to Deuteronomy 28:15 through 6 to 8. That was really mercy. Okay? And then on top of the curses, he sent the Lord to free us from the curses. He sent his son to die to lift those curses from us, right? So now we got the Heavenly Father's Son into the picture now, and his life that he done laid down for us. So what do you think comes next for those of you that don't ascribe to what we're saying now? Ain't gonna be no slavery. Your ass is gonna be destroyed, man. So the stakes are high this time around, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why the brother's saying that when you look at the title of the video, We'll say,
Hopefully this is it.
hopefully this is it, man. So we hope this is it. You know, because after this, there is no more captivity. You're either going to be burnt up in nuclear fire, you're going to be enslaved, or you're going to be saved. Those are the three routes to come out of this place, right? In chains, right? Dead, or rulership. You got it out. As you was bringing it out, I ain't know.
Book of John, chapter 18, verse 36. It says, Yahawashi answered, my kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, then would my servants fight, that I should not be delivered to the Jews. But now is my kingdom not content.
My kingdom is not of this world. That's why we ain't fighting right now, man. We're in a situation where we have to wait on the Lord. You gotta do this, holy day, do this. The Lord returns, man. That's just what it is. Right? That's what the Passover is. He's gonna pass over that destruction over us. Right, so we can go to our enemies. Right, so we can go to start with the 2/3 one. You read
Verse 37, Pilate therefore said unto him, art thou a king then? Yahawashi answered, thou sayest that I am a king. To this end was I born, and for this cause came I into the world, that I should bear witness unto the truth. Everyone that is of the truth hears my voice.
right, everyone of the truth is gonna hear the Lord's voice. That's why we take this so seriously. That's why it's a deadly serious thing to us.
Why they still murmuring? Why you wicked 2/3 and you coons and shit still out there murmuring? That's what we doing. You got it out.
That's why we take it seriously, man. Like you said, the stakes, we realize the stakes are high, man. Like, there ain't no more captivity. Lord ain't about to put you back in slavery, start a new covenant like a Christian faith. I send my son down here that he may be crucified afresh. Like, he's gonna crucify the Lord every time Jake want to fuck up. You just gotta die. You read? Got one right. 2 Peter 3, right? It says, what was that one? Read that verse.
2 Peter 3, verse 12. Like Asa, unto the day of Yahweh, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt.
But we're aware that this is about to become an immediate reality. Next verse,
Verse 13. Nevertheless, he, according to his promise, look for a new heaven and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness.
that's what we're looking for right now. We're looking for that new heaven and new earth, a new government under the Lord, man. For the kingdom of heaven to be brought down to the earth. That's all we're trying to get, man.
Okay. Second Ezra 1, and I'm gonna start at okay, this is 19. It says, then had I pity upon your mourning, and gave you manna to eat, so ye did eat angels' bread. When ye were thirsty, did I not cleave the rock, water so out to your field? For the heat I covered you with the leaves of the tree. And not to cut you off, but that's going back also with this brother saying what I was saying earlier, man. This is the Lord basically let the nation of Israel know this is it. We're not gonna get any more chances out here. As a nation, nationally speaking, this is it, man. So of all times, this is the time you want to get right. Of all times, this is the time to take serious. So the Lord is basically spreading it out to you. Remember the time I did when Jake get to talking like that, that's let you know, look, I ain't finna show no more mercy on your ass, man. Okay? You got it out.
That one right. Second Ezra 9 and 11. I'm sorry, verse 9. He says, then shall they be beautiful kings, which now have abused my ways. They that have cast them away to fight, and shall dwell in forests. All right. What we had to say was nothing important to you. They talking about the Passover, being the Hebrew Israelites, be the greatest people on earth. They ain't even trying to hear that, man. Like, great death and great destruction is coming. They still murmuring. They want to be. They just want to be a nigga. They want to be an employee for his whole existence. Right? And it said,
Employee for 1,000 years. Employee up to a millennium.
But such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. Right? And you don't even consider that those benefits you were receiving were actually from the Lord himself, man. Right? Like you would get that manna. The Lord let you eat in
It says, I gave you not fire for your blessing. That's what it said, right? But I cast a tree in the water and made the river sweet.
He blessed you, man. When he really deserves to get the sword, he still blessed you, man. He been taking it easy on us, man. As a nation, he's been taking it easy. He's been pulling his punches with the 2/3, man. Second Ezra 9 and 10, it says, but such as in their life receive benefits have not known them, and they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty. Like the other was going into this is that period of liberty right now, man. You can look up on the internet, find GMS videos, 1,000 videos get posted today, bro. You're looking at one brother page, he's doing three live lessons a day. You're like, you ain't got no excuse, right?
Some brothers doing 10 a week.
Some brothers in overdrive right now. While they had yet liberty, and when yet a place of repentance open unto them, understood not, but despised it. You don't think this Passover is anything to take seriously. For those of you in the know, okay, it says the same must know it after death by pain. Right, so that's what it's leads to. That's the end of all things right there, man. Right, it's gonna be death by pain. Ain't gonna be no more. Oh, you gotta go into captivity under fucking Moab or something for 1,000. Like no, right, this is the last captivity, man. America is it. There's nothing after America but the kingdom of heaven.
Right. I got it real fast. This was 9 and 13 with Russia for 13. Ezra 9 and 13 says, after all that is come unto us for our evil deeds, for our great trespass, seeing that thou, Yahawah, has punished us less than our iniquity deserved, has given us such deliverance as this.
Well, been pulling them punches, man. When you really deserve to just get wiped out, Lord's bench. Hey, that was really mercy. Yeah, that's pretty sure that's Ezra 2. It says the mercy that he put us in slavery. It really just trying to spare you from getting destroyed. Like in the book of Exodus, when he just wanted to wipe the whole nation out. Moses had to talk him down with that. That was scripted, right?
Kind of like, in a way, Moses kind of rebuked the Lord. He was like, hey, Lord, but you said this. He's like, yeah, it repented. And the whole play was set up for that to happen. Most times, he asked for it, right? You know? It's like when you see, I'm getting about that shit. Like when you see Romeo and Juliet, they be going up, Romeo get his part, the woman come with her part, they come back. Yeah, it creates drama. Yeah. That's what the Lord was doing with Moses. What he sent Moses to say those things, man. Because and then to back you up, that also shows the respect and the actual relationship that Yahawah sees the prophets in. Right. You think the Lord gonna have that kind of conversation with a heathen? You got to be highly loved and favored for the Lord to even have this kind of conversation with you. Right. And the crazy thing about it, man, we say this, it's been said over a year now down here. For a year in GMS Louisiana Saint. I can't fathom in my mind that the Lord gave all these men the knowledge of the scriptures, Revelation, the Daniel, just to destroy us. It don't make no sense, right? It just don't. I had one. I'm thinking about both sides all about conflict. And the climax any good movie, you got the big guy losing the whole movie, was down on his luck, the villain looks like he got the upper hand. That's what makes the movie so good. And the climax is good. You watch the movie and the guy was just winning the whole movie. There was no climax. Everything was went perfect. We just get bored.
Yeah. Like Steven Seagal, just going through the movie, kicking everybody ass and everything like that. You all man. Ain't no fun. You cut the damn movie. I was want to watch no more, man. What are you doing?
Jeremiah chapter 16. Well, so we got to ye have done worse than your fathers, for behold, you walk every one after the imagination of his evil heart, that you may not hearken unto. Therefore will I cast you out of this land into a land that you know not,
about to celebrate the Passover, and in the kingdom, my brothers died. Later, we're going to celebrate the Holy Passover. Do away with the memory of the Lord. That's how every that's the climax of it. Basically, you want that to be this year, you want it to be yesterday, pray to God. Back up. Baruch chapter 2.
Go ahead. You got it.
This is Baruch chapter 2. I'm going to start at 29, which backs up everything that the brother Yahawashi brought out in Jeremiah 16. Ye will not hear my voice. Surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations, where I will scatter them. Hey, Deuteronomy 28, 64, 68. Hey, scattered from one end of the earth to the other, where we shall know gods of wood and stone, and we shall be evil among the nations, scared among the nations, go into the nations and want of all things, hunger and thirst, where we're at to this very day in our captivity. Why?
Back up, right? I said, read the letter.
Baruch 2 and 29. If you will not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number of the nations.
It's going to be turned into that remnant. That's what this whole judgment thing is about, man. Here it is right now, as it is right now. We're the most populous people on earth. Of course, he's going to cut 2/3 of you off. Right there are billions of Israelites out here.
Where I will scatter them. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivity, they shall remember themselves. Part 2, we're coming into where we're at right now. Verse 31. And shall know that I am Yahawah their power, for I will give them an heart and ears to hear, that valley of dry bones. The bones get the muscles and the sinews, for what? That breath of life in them. To come back to knowing that our power's name, Yahawaah, and his son's name, Yahawashi, that Yahawashi died for our sins and our sins only, that we are Yasharala, and that we're the ones that are going to receive deliverance. We're that elect number, but we know as a whole, in the kingdom, the rest of the nation's going to get it, but we've got next, the kingdom of heaven for eternity. No more captivity. And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity, that land of the north, mainly, and think upon my name, and think upon my name. So we have the name. And also, you worthless niggers had one body in Yahawashi, who said Moses didn't part the Red Sea, that he was talking about parting wicked Israelites from righteous Israelites. I hope the Most High kills every last one of you this year.
Right.
And all you other niggas out here having free Passover parties, making a goddamn joke out of the Passover. It's been to the point, but it's really to the point that it's sickening watching worthless fucking goons out here just trample over your heritage.
Niggas like that.
Verse 33. And return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the way of their fathers, which sinned before Yahawaah. And I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and they shall be lords of it. And I will increase them, and they shall not be diminished. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them to be their power, and they shall be my people. And I will no more drive my people Israel out of the land that I've given them. And the new covenant coming into full effect, us replacing that stony heart with that fleshly heart, having the laws, statutes, and commandments in us, those new spiritual bodies, and never going off for eternity, and never taken out of the land again, and everything coming back under the right way, under the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahawashi, Yahawashi, which leads to life. What does it say in Micah 4? That these leaders are going to come up to the mountain of Jacob to learn of our ways. And also, what does it say in Isaiah 24? Under these haughty people, under these proud people, the Edomites, the earth is language. And look at the planet right now. If this were a race car, everything would be in red. The car would be shaking, smoke would be coming out of the back, it would just be through. And this world is through. And it's going to be cleansed by that second death, that ultimate purifier, fire. But then after that, with that great death and fertilizer coming to this earth, what's going to grow? That death and destruction is going to fertilize the kingdom of heaven under righteousness, which is that continuing city that we've all And again, going back to the premise of this lesson, we hope that this is the final Passover. We hope that this is it, because we know coming back to our powers what's to come. We aren't looking back like Lot's wife, still want to be a stiff-necked and hard-headed Negro, Latino, or Native American, a Babylonian, an American, a Christian, any of that shit in this world. Normal, yeah.
Real quick, backing the brother up. This secondary chapter 8, and verse 53, it says, the root of evil is sealed up from you. Weakness and the moth is hid from you, and corruption is fled into hell to be forgotten.
Right. Hell thrown into that lake of fire.
That's it. Yep.
It's gonna be swallowed up in victory, man. Right? That's why we're willing to go to these passages. That's why we're willing to go through Jacob's trouble. Like, because we know at the end of that, death is about swallowed up in victory. You don't have to worry about dying anymore. Sinning, going off, that's the wages of sin right there.
Yeah. Verse 54. Sorrows are past, and in the end it shows the treasure of immortality.
We're looking where it says one of the chapters in Isaiah 60 will say, there will be no more, there will be wiping away all tears, no more crying heard in the land, being at complete peace, being waking up upon our beds in happiness, waking up in the kingdom, not having to worry about going to a job, a woman cheating on you, a nigger or an Edomite robbing you, shooting down dead in the streets, being seen as a second-class citizen, none of that. Having the curses come.
No assurance to your like your wife, wife of your bosom shall have evil eyes for it. Nigga won't beat you up. You got no power, man. Right? That's what the kingdom of heaven is. We're gonna be empowered. All right. It's 2 Peter 3 and 5. Right? It says this they willingly are ignorant of. Willingly ignorant. They tell you all the time, man. Like how things are. We tell you the reality. It says that by the word of power, the heavens were uphold, the earth standing out of the water in the water, whereby the world that then was, the overflow of water perishes. Like Jake doesn't believe that, man. But how niggas move in this day and age, you don't believe the first death is that. You don't believe the Lord flooded the whole earth, else you'll be afraid.
Elder Yashimam always says we're living in a time where people exhibit flood-like behavior. These people have become worse than the days of Noah.
Oh yeah.
It's on a whole different level of wickedness. That's why
Daniel 12, huh? Worse than any since the beginning of time.
It blows Sodom and Gomorrah out the water. It makes Sodom and Gomorrah flush. That's why it's got to get that ultimate purifying agent. Burn it to a crisp. Burn it to ash. Burn it to cinder.
That's why we think we brought it out this morning. He says also, man, if it wasn't for the Lord, we would have been like Sodom. So we would have been defiled, jacked up, and obliterated. Goddamn mindset. You'd have been a whole nation of salt. Lord would turn the whole nation to a pillar of salt.
Really salt. Second Peter 3 and 7, last verse. It says, but the heavens and the earth, which are now, by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men. And Jake don't even believe that, man. Like, there's a reason we move with the fear that we move with, man. Us doing these works is evidence of our death. Right? We ain't trying to die out here, man. That is not our goal. We're trying to get delivered, man. But if it come down to that, where you gotta get your head chopped off or some shit, it is what it is. As long as you die on the right side of the fence, it's a win-win situation. Yeah, you really can't lose. You're the elect. Even if you're fucking nigga, a two-thirds gonna die and be born into the kingdom. Man. That's why the scripture says in second Ezra, much more woes to them that are left behind. In that case, he's talking about us, like the one that actually got to endure these perils, go through it, right? Actually gonna survive the Passover, man. Yeah, it's gonna be harder for us.
And it also says over here, bless that remain as well, and see and live all the way until you beat up on the chairs. That's the brothers that if you're a martyr on this side and you go on the chariot that way, hey, it's a blessing. But think about it. That's going to be a one-time event for eternity. Survive until the chariots and then getting beamed up onto. That's going to be something remembered throughout the ages.
Right. It's never gonna be forgot.
You ain't gonna forget that.
We're gonna celebrate it up here. Right, brother. And that's right, bro.
Thank you, right? In 2 Ezra chapter 13, verse 23 and 24, it says, "He that shall endure the peril in that time hath kept himself. They that be fallen into danger are such as have works and faith toward the Almighty."
He said they that be falling in the day. So if you put you in those situations, you're really the ones that are doing what you're supposed to do. Hey, you're gonna be public enemy number one. You're gonna suffer persecution. That's how you know that the Lord's dealing with you. Like the niggas gonna be out here dying for no reason. They gonna be trying to steal a TV, get fucking slaughtered. They gonna be trying to steal from another Jake, eat another Jake and get slaughtered. But we gonna be dying for righteousness' sake while all this shit happens.
The multitude that was born in vain.
No reason. God.
Verse 24, "Know this therefore, that they which be left behind are more blessed than they that be dead."
Hey, that's why, because we're more blessed, why we're gonna get that great reward. It's only fair. Right? The Lord is a just power, man. Hey, everything he's balanced in all his ways. He don't slack on anything. His brother got this judgment right here. He might have got beheaded in the past life, man. Right? He might have already took his beheading. Okay? He might have been Steve. He got stoned to death. So he's gonna get beamed up this time. That's how the Lord operates, man.
Fine, bro. Yeah, I mean, to bag you up, bro. With Elijah, you look at Elijah, man. He didn't taste death in one of his life cycles. Got beamed up, but when he came back as John the Baptist, he got beheaded. Yeah.
That was,
King David, and then he died as Peter. Yahawashi, King Solomon, put to death as Yahawashi.
That's right, brother. That's called just though. That's just. Like, and you might have brothers on this side that might be looking at other brothers like, oh, that's not fair. Why this brother got all this blessing? You don't know how blessed you was in the past life. You might have been, you know what I'm saying? And the Lord just leveling the thing off or whatever. Just back at D-Red's point. Beautiful point, brother.
I was going to say this. This is me thinking as a man in the past. So a lot of times, you got Jake that's all about ranking, worried about who's on top, who's ahead. That shit doesn't matter. Like the brother said, you say you might be Paul. God just wants you to be a brother in the camp to help out stabilize the camp.
To keep your pride from it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because what if Paul knew he was Paul? Which we, in the spirit, we all know who we believe to be Paul, you know? But just imagine if who Paul is just knew he was Paul. You know, man, Paul here to be big as a motherfucker.
See, all that's going to be given in the kingdom, man. The order, who you is, who your true spirit of you, who lies, what it may be, man. You know, so there's no time to be worried about that shit. Get on them chairs, man. Get the hell out of here.
That's 1 Corinthians 15. Okay.
1 Corinthians chapter 15, start at 22. It says, "For as in Adam all die, even so in Yahawashi Mashiach shall all be made alive."
But talk about that. Leave it Romans chapter. That's the balance of it, man. Right? It says, as Adam came and brought death into the world, that's why you have to be sacrificed as Yahawashi. They take death out of the world. Right? Through that one man, much evil came into this world. With one man, much evil is going to be taken out of the world.
Because the first Adam was the prototype. Things to come.
The second was the perfection.
Yeah, man. That's why you niggas don't understand the script.
That's a video right there. That's the actual video. Yeah. Finish your point, though.
Man, you niggas don't understand the concept of the scripture, man. You don't know the symbolism of different things that happen in these different events. A lot of you church going, all right, you church bus jumpers, man. All you do is read like a novel. You don't even taste nor understand the spirituality of what's going on.
They don't know what the fruit of the spirit even feels like.
Like that scripture says how Abraham was going to sacrifice Isaac, but he didn't. And later on, as Yahawashi, he said That's in Psalms, man. He said something about, I'm paraphrasing. He said basically he solidified that he was Isaac, man.
But there was also a sign showing how Isaac was about to be sacrificed, but the Lord stopped it. But showing that sign, that spiritual sign, that later on it was gonna be Yahawashi. That was a spiritual clue right there.
He said something, man.
But it also going to the point you brought out earlier about how the Lord is all about theater. What you call it, theatrics and stuff like that. Like the Lord knew from the jump, Abraham, that he wasn't gonna allow Abraham to sacrifice Isaac. He just wanted to create, you know.
Abraham's very bad at that.
It's like the movie. The movie come on, you see a guy like, and you're like, why he didn't kill him?
Right. He just
then
wanted
later on
to
in the movie-
scare you. He just wanted to,
Yeah. But later in the movie, you see why that happened in the beginning, or it was stopped in the beginning for
I
something
got
to happen.
a move for you. The harder they fall.
Yeah.
Remember old boy, his little brother? He didn't kill his little brother, but he scarred him. He cut like a little gash in his forehead. Remember Idris Elba? He killed his daddy.
Yeah.
He killed his old lady, or his daddy old lady, or whatever. Because his daddy used to beat him up and abuse him and all that type of stuff like that. And then he ended up killing, he pointed the gun at the main character of the movie, The Harder They Fall, but the same example he used, he kind of like got at him to like, I could kill you, but you know what I'm saying? You my little brother. That's why I ain't kill you. And later on throughout the movie, he ended up killing Idris Elba. Yeah. But Idris Elba had the power because he really could have killed him, but he wanted to be killed by his little brother because he was like, I wanted to be killed by innocent hands.
Called my Lord. He said I think David said it or something.
My Lord said to my Lord.
Yeah.
The Lord said to my Lord.
Psalm 65, Yahweh is the first of my inheritance and of my cup. Thou maintainest my life. Maintains our life. Every one of us has a destiny coming into this. We're all born before the moon. It's already written in the foundation of the year. That starts with Yahawashi. Also, to back up the elders, another reason that Abraham was with that was to show try his faith. He's the forefather of the Israelites. He's the reason that we have the promise. He's ready to offer son. That's a sign of faith.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And you know he passed the test when they say he that loveth father, mother, son, daughter more than me. Abraham passed that test with flying colors. Just begging the brother up.
Why? Because he trusted the process. He didn't know why I had to do it, but I was going to do it because I trusted in you, bro. Now, whatever happens after that, I'm cool with it, man. Now, try that today. Some of you niggas, man.
They gonna make the news.
Yeah.
Killed his son and both of his daughters because he claimed to have heard a voice from God.
Go ahead.
All right. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 110, verse 1. And it reads, a psalm of David, the Lord, in all caps, Yahawah, said unto my Lord, sit thou at my right hand until I make thine enemies thy footstool.
Yeah. That's showing he was Yahawashi.
Yeah, the Lord, King David said, Yahawah said to my mouth. Right. You know. The Lord, Yahawah, what you're looking in the Hebrew is basically Yahawah said to my mouth.
Romans 5, verse 14. Nevertheless, death reigned from Adam to Moses, even over them that have not sinned after the similitude of Adam's transgression, who is the figure of him that was to come.
That's a hint right there. He was the figure of him that was to come. Who was that talking about? Who was he that was to come? He was talking about Yahawashi. Keep reading.
But not as the offense, so also is the free gift. For if through the offense of one many be dead, but much more the grace of the Most High and the gift by grace, which is by one man, Yahawashi, have abounded unto many.
Right? That's the balance of it. Through the offensive one, many be dead, so he's gonna bless. All right, hey, as many as he wills, man. Like you read,
And not as it was by one that sinned, so is the gift for the judgment was by one to condemnation. But the free gift is of many offense unto justification.
right? Many offenses under justification. That's called that grace, man. Right? Because we have offended many times, man. But that grace that will preserve us, man. Through Yahawashi sacrifice, man. That's why we're doing this whole Passover, man. Okay, through Yahawashi sacrifice, we have the ability to get passed over, man. But we didn't even have to have that. Right?
Exemption.
Yeah, the exemption.
And it's over. It's exempt.
You read that?
For if by one man's offense death reigned by one, much more they which receive abundance of grace and of the gift of righteousness shall reign in life by one. Yahawashi.
Read that last verse.
Therefore, as by the offense of one judgment came upon all men to condemnation, even so by the righteousness of one the free gift came upon all men unto justification of life.
Justification of life. That's that free gift. We're about to get immortality freely. Now, we don't deserve immortality, man. Right? But hey, Lord about to give it to us. So just take that grace. Just be glad that you get it. Right? Be glad that you got a chance to get it.
This is the Lord was going to bring out. This is Hebrews 12, 1 and 2. I'm going to read 1. This is wherefore sin, we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses.
Hey, what's that cloud of witnesses? It's talking about the angels, man. Of course, men on earth spectate everything we do. Right? They got that telescope on it, but it's talking about the angels. Right?
Go ahead.
Just talking about the angels. The heavenly Father looking at us, Yahawashi looking at us. All right, that's that great cloud of witnesses that we do. You read?
Let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doeth so easily deceive us.
What's those weight? That's those mortal thoughts. That shit. Oh, what if I don't make it? What if I'm not of the elect? You gonna have to stop doubting, man. It's gonna get to the point and the Lord does little things. You put that 144 in your face. He does this. He has this happen. Have you see a chariot? This is all that boosts up your face, man. That's why you gotta put aside those weights, all those things that hold you back. You read?
These spirits weigh down the soul, man. All right, the muzzle weigh you down. That's why we gotta get out of this damn body. All right, it says, let us run with patience the race that is set for us, looking unto Yahawashi, the author and finisher of our faith.
Author and the finisher. Right? He was all the way there in the beginning. Right? Even in the spiritual body, he was Yahawashi back then. He came into the flesh of Adam. Right? He was Yahawashi then, basically. Right? He's about to end it off like he started, man. But instead of bringing death into the world, he's about to bring life into the world, man. That's how he's going to finish the story.
We're going to bring death. Life gonna come.
At least to the elect.
Life got to come by death.
For who the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of Yahweh.
For that blessing that he was about to receive, he went through that shame. He took that L. He took that burden that we wouldn't have been able to take. He took all those wounds, those blows, that deadly blow, like the other said, meant for us. He took that, man. He didn't have to. Well, he had to. He was scripted to do it. But hey, that shows you the type of man he was. You read?
Right. It says, for considering him that endured so contradiction of sinners against himself, let us be weary and faint in your mind.
So consider him who had to go through all this hell. You have to catch all this hell from his family. They had to go through the same shit we had to go through, man. The same shit you feel, you got to bottle it all up. Boy, have to go through that, man. Lord have to go through all that. Consider that, lest you be weary and faint in your mind, lest you get weak. You got all these stories how hard it was, how these brothers had to get beheaded, how he had to get stoned, how the Lord had to go through this, how the Lord had to go through that. We ain't got no room to complain.
Ain't going through shit.
Brief that question, Bible God.
Ain't going through shit. Ain't a damn thing happened yet, man. How you be saying, Jake, when that was me spirit? Oh, brother, I'm going. You ain't going through shit.
Man, the job pressure me. You got brothers that quit that shit, man. You know, they complaining about that shit.
Fucking women. You got brothers that gave away. There go plenty of women, man. Plenty of women.
Yeah.
What?
And they'll do it again.
Do it again.
Do it again. You got apostles. You got brothers, elder brothers. You have brothers, upcoming brothers. They gave up their children, man. Fuck them kids. I see him in the kingdom. Yeah, you got this one guy. He's complaining about how he is so much of a war speech spirit. He the first guy in Israel that had to make a decision on his woman. He's the first guy in Israel, and the guy, catching hell on his job. Man, come on, man, you crazy as hell. Let me keep going for a minute. Verse 4 says, "Ye have not yet resisted unto the blood."
Ye have not yet, that was the part right there. Ye have not yet resisted unto the blood. You ain't got no reason to complain, man. The Lord is not asking you to come down here and get crucified. At the end of the day, He asking you to do His work. My commandments are not grievous. Some of you gonna be beheaded, but majority you won't. It's simple, man.
Yeah, let me see a nigga die on the island of Patmos, man. Hey, I'm like with the boy Charles and White. Show me something new. I want to see a nigga stay in the air. What do you say?
Yes, stay in the air and stay there. I want to see a nigga jump in the air and stay there.
Sure. But that's coming though, you know. But all that shit. Now let me see something new, man. You like this brother saying, you ain't died like Yahawashi, man. Look, Emmett Till ain't died like Yahawashi. Yahawashi died worse than him. And you got Jake fucking complaining, man. This man had to make the sacrifice of all sacrifices. Jake complaining.
Yeah, Emmett Till just got beaten to death.
Yeah.
They couldn't kill the Lord by beating him. They beat the Lord and hung him there to just bleed to death. He just bled out, basically.
Humiliated him.
Naked, man. They didn't do none of that shit to Emmett Till, begging the brother. They didn't do none of that shit to Emmett Till, man. They just beat the shit out of him, put him in the spirit world. Like,
they say he made the Lord drink gall, man. That's piss.
They didn't make him drink piss. They probably pissed on his dead body, but the nigga was dead by then.
Even that scripture, they tell you that the Lord was beat beyond like than any man born.
53? Yeah. Isaiah 53.
I said 3. Come on, man. Jake complaining about this little hell, man. Well, that's what the Lord said. My yoke is easy. What is it? My yoke cross easy.
My yoke is not heavy.
Yeah.
It's light. The yoke is light. You know, sometimes you be feeling like, Lord, I hear you. But we gotta go with the punches. You gotta fall with the punches, man.
You got it out there.
Go ahead, I'll bring it up.
Go ahead, bring it
It's
out.
the book of Isaiah, chapter 52, verse 13. It says, I'm going to start at 14. It says, as many were astonished at thee, his visage was so marred more than any man, and his form more than the sons of men.
Yeah. So you can take the top guys you want to put out there.
Emmett Till is not he a son of man?
Emmett Till, you can put that nigga
Rodney King.
Rodney King. That's what I was thinking about.
All the other nigga that killed down here, Alvin Sturdy. They beat the shit out of him and shot him up. They beat his ass up.
They don't even hold a candle to what's going on. So there's no room to complain. No room to try to yeah.
Huh? I mean, make your point. I can
Isaiah 53, verse 7. He was oppressed and he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth. He was brought as a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep for her share.
That bagging up what y'all cannot say. He opened out his mouth, meaning he didn't gripe, complain. Woe is me. He took it like a champ. got it.
Hey, what he said before all that, he said, Lord, this is a glimpse, this is a short glimpse that Jake kicked in. He's like, hey, Lord, like, if you will, take this cup from me. The Lord ain't replied to him. He said, you know what? Let thy will be done.
Yeah.
And he went with his move on that, man.
The Lord's will was done.
It was good.
Not laughing at what they did to our Lord. You know what I'm saying? Because we
laughing at we chuckling at is the mission. Just the way he took that motherfucker, man. He stood 10 toes down and something, man. Right? That's what we
Stood on business.
Yeah.
Mainly his man.
Go ahead, you got a little more now?
So he opened not his mouth.
And he opened that up. He just took the lick, man. He took the lick like a champion. He took the lick for you. That's why you got to be in that serious mindset of fast. So you got to always be in the mindset that this man died for you. Jake be all that laughing. It really ain't funny. Ain't shit funny no more.
we just laughing to keep from crying.
We laughing.
Yeah, that's what we doing.
Our nerves get bad, man. Shit ain't funny, bro.
That's that laugh that you see when you better leave him the fuck alone. They give you that. Leave him the fuck alone. That's the laughing we doing.
You're almost in the spirit world.
Yeah.
God, I go with that. Hope this was an edifying lesson. So I ended by giving infinite.
Hold on, let me get everybody in the salute.
So this was an edifying lesson. So I ended by giving infinite honors and praise to
Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham,
Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who rule in G12. Peace and blessings to the hope of the faithful light across the four corners, living and preaching the truth to the best of their ability. Shalawam.
Shalawam.
Bye, bye, bye.
Bye, bye.
Shalawam.